morning, YouTube. So, it is Monday, August 13th. I have been out of town all weekend. I told you last vlog. I have not edited last vlog yet, so that's not up at this very moment, but that I was going on a bachelorette trip for my sister-in-law. So, we were in Panama City, Florida, and it was fun, but it was so not restful. It was nice getting to go to the beach and everything like that, but, you know, when you're just away from home, you just don't get to relax. And after last week, I really felt like I needed to relax. So it was really hard getting up this morning. But this week isn't really going to be, as far as teaching goes, very difficult, I guess. Today and tomorrow, we're watching a World War II documentary. And then Wednesday and Thursday, I have a guest speaker who is, on Wednesday, is going to talk about World War I, and the second day is going to talk about World War II. And then Friday, we're doing an intro to ethos, pathos, and logos. So as far as teaching goes, I really don't have that much. I just have to pretty much turn the documentary on and keep the classroom managed. But yeah, so we're doing all that because next week we're going to start reading our novel, which is Unbroken. So I'm really, really excited about that. I came in this morning and just had to make some copies for like a handout that they're going to fill out for the documentary. To make sure that, you know, they do stay engaged and it will be your grade. I got all of my poems in. Well, not all of them. I still have some students who had to do over the weekend, and I told them that if it's not in by Monday, I'm sorry, because you had over the weekend to do it. So I'm going to work on putting that up this evening. Hopefully my mom will stay and help me. So yeah, I'm going to get that put up this weekend. So that it will be ready for open house, which is tomorrow night, which I'm kind of nervous about because I've never actually, like, done an open house as a teacher. I've never been a part of an open house because when I student taught here, I didn't stay because I was going back and forth home, so, and it was a 45-minute drive, but, you know, now that I'm staying with my parents some during the week, it's a little bit better. But anyway, so I have my copies made. Yeah, so I'm just going to make sure that I can get the documentary up. I'm going to staple these packets together because our printer doesn't have staples. Still, I don't think. I didn't try because I just assumed, but, you know. So anyway, I need to staple all of these together. And I will check in with you guys later. Oh, I also need to straighten my desks because they look crazy. I should get students to do that every evening. I don't know why I don't. But anyway, yeah, so I will check in with you guys later. Hey guys, so I totally realized that it is a little bit darker in here. It's because I had already started turning my lamps off before I remembered I didn't even vlog. So it's about 4:30, almost 4:30. I stayed a little bit later today because I needed to work on like a display because Meet the Teacher Night is tomorrow and I wanted to have it up. And it is all of their poems. So let me show you. Let me show you what it looks like. Alright, that's my team teachers. And then these are mine. And you can't really see it up here, but it says where we're from. And she chose to do Who Are We? So, yeah, looks like that. So, it's nothing spectacular, but I just wanted to have something, you know, up to display for Meet the Teacher Night, and I think it looks fine. So, anyway, I'm about to head out of here because I'm starving. I'm tired from only watching a documentary today over and over and over again, so and I feel like they're a little bit not into it just because, you know how, like, a documentary is just kind of like, especially like a history documentary type thing, it can be sometimes boring. And let me tell you what I did. So my mentor teacher sent me the questions, the packet, and so I went and I printed them off. And there were like 6 pages, and I was like, wow, that's a lot of questions for a packet on a documentary, but I was like, whatever. And I got to, you know, stapled a bunch of them together and passed them out. This was second period, so it was my first period of the day. I passed them out, and I thought to myself, I wonder, like, if there are answers, like if she gave me answers to these or whatever. So I picked one up and I looked through it, and I realized I copied the questions and the answers and passed them out. And I don't think most of them, noticed it, but I think a few of them did. And so I made them turn it all back into me. I threw away the 5th and 6th page, but it's still on the back of the 3rd page, like the answers to questions like 1 through 5 or something like that, and they're like big questions. So anyway, I gave them pretty much the answer to the entire packet. So yeah, And I might mention it tomorrow and be like, hey, bet y'all didn't realize that the answers are on the back, or, you know, raise your hand if you figured it out that there were answers on the back or whatever. So anyway, but they're not going to have all the answers, at least like the discussion questions. They're not going to have the answers to that. So I can at least say that. But anyway, I also think that it was really hard. I think that some of them kind of struggled with like keeping up with everything and stuff, but it was fine. It was at least something to make sure that they were watching it. Like, it's really not that big of a deal. So anyway, so we're gonna finish that up tomorrow. And I need to get, like, I kind of started cleaning up a little bit, but I'm gonna have to get the girls that I have after the bell rings to kind of help me straighten up a little bit. They went and helped me get the butcher paper today, or the bulletin board paper, and helped me put it up, because that's literally the hardest part, is getting like long pieces of bulletin board paper up. So, or any bulletin board paper for that matter, is a pain. So anyway, I'm about to head out of here because I'm hungry, and yeah, so I will catch you guys in the morning. Good morning. It is Tuesday, August 14th, and it's almost the end of my planning period. I got here this morning, and after duty and I got back and everything, I had to make some copies, and I had to finish putting a little bit of bordette around my little thing out there to make it look a little bit nicer. So I did that, and I stopped and talked to one of my coworkers about an Instapot. So, you know, very productive this morning. But anyway, I think the bell rings at like 8:30 something. I'm not really quite sure. It always catches me off guard, but we're finishing up the documentary today, and they're going to finish up their questions and turn those in. I guess we'll maybe go over them, the ones that they don't have the answers to anymore. But anyway, so yeah, really nothing much else to update you on. Tonight is parent-teacher night. I'm kind of nervous, and I keep like asking, like, you know, what are we supposed to do? Like, they just come in and talk to us? Like, do we have something for them? Because I mean, I don't really have a whole lot of time to go all out with something. So but everybody's like, nope, you're there, and you try to get them not to talk to you about, you know, grades and such, but, you know, sometimes it happens. But anyway, so I am kind of excited to get to know meet my students' parents, because that just really helps to solidify the fact that, how do I say this? Everyone is someone's child. And sometimes when they're in your class and they might be acting up or doing something that they're not supposed to be doing, it's easy to forget. And that just kind of helps me to remember, okay, this is someone's child. Not that I have an issue with like being ugly to kids. That's not what I'm saying. But, you know, just sometimes when you need that reminder that these are someone's children. And I have a child, and I wouldn't want someone to treat my child unfairly, you know, with a punishment fit the crime type situation. So anyway, but I don't have any problems like that in my class, because my students are awesome for the most part. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to maybe try to eat some yogurt before the bell rings, and yeah, so I'll catch you guys later. Good morning, YouTube. So I am in my car this morning. It is Wednesday morning, August 15th. And it's about 6:40. I am filming in my car because I have the boy with me today, because I just don't know that I'm going to have a whole lot of time during my planning period today to vlog, because I know that I have PLC with our team, and then I also have a guest speaker coming in, and I'm not sure if he's going to want to come in early or whatever. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and film here before my dad comes. I did go home last night after open house, which I got home almost at around 8 o'clock. But open house went really well. I had, I don't know, I didn't even count how many parents I had come, but it was really cool getting to see some of my parents. They're all super nice, and I even got some more supplies. Yay, like teacher Christmas. So yeah, that went really, really well. It kind of flew by just because you're talking so much to people. So 5:30 to 7 just kind of flew by. And yesterday during class we finished up the documentary, and we kind of went over some answers and discussed some things. So I think that they have a really good like background information on Pearl Harbor. I think that will really help them out with discussing things with my guest speaker. So I'm excited about that. Also yesterday was the first day that I had my students fill out the book log, and Nicole actually asked me about this. Hi, Nicole. She comments on my videos and asks me how things are going. She's super sweet, so thank you so much, Nicole, for reaching out and just being so sweet. And so she asked me how the Reading for Pleasure thing was going. And I didn't pass out the log or pass around the log Monday because we really didn't get started until like last Wednesday. So they haven't actually had a full week, if that makes sense. So I passed it around yesterday, and I just told them to be honest. If you didn't read, just put 0. Just be honest with me, because I won't be able to help you if you're lying to me. So I think that I've reiterated that enough that, you know, I think that they were, most of them, honest with me. Because I did have a lot of zeros. They had read 0 pages, but I also had a lot more that actually put numbers. And I have been discussing with several students. They've been asking me for recommendations. And I've been searching for books. They've come to me like, Miss McMillan, do you have any books, like sci-fi books? Do you have any fantasy/romance books or whatever? So I've been able to recommend a lot and help students like navigate their genre or whatever. So yeah, now my focus is going to be, I need to get some one-on-one conferences in, and I think I'm going to sprinkle in, like, try to do maybe 2 students who I can see are reading, who have been putting page numbers, and then maybe 2 students who have not, so that I can help them to find their book. And I really need your guys' help with this. I've had suggestions about, you know, not making it a grade, like a letter grade, because I know I will get them lying if I say you will get a failing grade if you don't do this pleasure reading stuff. Number 1, they'll start lying. Number 2, I don't want to fail anybody because that's totally against what I'm trying to do. I mean, I may as well do AR points. So I've gotten the suggestion of giving bonus points. And there again, I mean, yeah, I'm afraid I will get some more lying just to get more bonus points, but I know that I have to do something. I don't know what to do. I really wanted to just come intrinsically. Like, it's kind of like the whole point. I'm sorry, I'm cutting my head off, but that was really like the whole point, is making it valuable intrinsically, because that's the only way that they're going to continue reading. So if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. Yeah, so just please let me know if you have any sort of suggestions, if you've tried anything like this before. Anything. Even if you haven't tried it before, but you think something might work and you have a suggestion, please let me know, because I would be glad to take it. So yeah, that's how that's going. I think one thing that I'm going to do is either pass out the Kindles at some point, maybe not this week, but pass out the Kindles, or whenever we go to the computer lab, show them a website. And I can't remember what the website is. And so I'm going to have to contact my old what's she called? Professor. And she showed us this website where it's like kind of like a map, and you put in a book that you like, and then it kind of like does like a little spider web map thing to the different books that are like similar to that book. And so I think that is really, really cool. And I think that would be really good for them to at least get some recommendations. And I think what I'm going to do is have them, like, give them a little slip of paper and have them write down their top 3 that they would be interested in based on those recommendations. And then maybe like once a month pull a slip of paper, or maybe 3 slips of paper, and choose one from each of those. And then whenever I get it, you know, depending on the price of them, of course, but whenever I get the books, I can say, hey, I got these books. If this is on your recommendation list, I have it now. So anyway, maybe that will be something to, I think it's also really important to show them that you care, that you at least want to find something that they will read, and that will at least motivate them to try. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on in the next coming month or so. And I'll let you guys know how that goes. But anyway, still waiting on my dad. There are people coming in, and I feel really awkward vlogging in the car. So if I'm able to vlog when I get in, I will. If not, I will catch up with you guys this evening. Hey guys, so it is Thursday evening, August 16th. I tried to vlog yesterday evening, and my camera died, so it's like right in the middle when I was talking. So yesterday we had the guest speaker, and that went really, really well. I did have a class or two that we had to have a little bit of a discussion about how we act whenever a guest speaker is with us. I didn't think that that was something that I was going to have to do, but future reference, I'm going to have to remember that I do need to remind them how we act when we have someone in the room who is coming to speak to us. So, yeah, we had a discussion today. It was, I had to put a little bit of sass in it. And I told them that I was really disappointed and embarrassed by the way that some of them acted. And we just had to go over how we act. We pay attention. We're attentive. We don't put our heads down. We don't talk to each other while someone is presenting in the room, because that person has given of their time and their energy to come speak to us, and we are respectful of that, especially this person, because he is very respected in our county. He comes and he subs, number one, but he also comes and gives of his time and his energy to just come and speak, because he's extremely knowledgeable about history. And since we're about to enter into the Unbroken, which is a World War II, book, it's in the era of World War II, he's extremely knowledgeable, and we're extremely privileged to have him and to not get paid for him to come in. So, I basically told them that if you don't care about what he has to say, you're going to fake it till you make it, because that's not going to happen again. So, I think that I made myself clear with that. The ones that I was speaking to knew who I was speaking to, and I made sure to tell the ones that were doing what they were supposed to be doing, being attentive, taking notes, asking questions, whatever, that I appreciated them, and that I wasn't speaking to them in this particular instance. So, I think that went over well. And I told them that they better be glad that I had a night to sleep on it, because I was furious. So, anyway, enough about that. Today, because my guest speaker, he was supposed to come yesterday and today, but he had something come up, so he's coming tomorrow. So that did kind of give me the opportunity to be able to speak with them about, what happened. But today we went over the ethos, pathos, and logos Prezi. I used a Prezi for that, and it went so well. Whoever did the Prezi did like such an awesome job. It was very engaging. It had videos embedded, and I think that it really helped to make things concrete. I just remember when I was in school, I didn't really understand the difference between ethos, pathos, and logos until I was in college. So, and it's really important because that's how we analyze ads, and that's also how we construct our arguments. And persuasive, I mean, it's rhetorical analysis, really. So, anyway, that was really, really good, and I was really excited about how well that went. So, yeah, that was good. I don't remember what I was going to say. I feel like I had a lot more to say, but I don't. I'm exhausted. I had to come in, and then my team teacher had a clicker, like a little remote thing, and it had like a little laser on it, and it was perfect for the Prezi today because I didn't have to necessarily stand up in front of the class. Like, I know that sounds weird, but I teach around the room. I don't teach in front of the class, if that makes sense. Like, that's just how I am. I just like to walk around. So being able to use a laser pointer and point to what I wanted them to write down was just awesome, especially for the guest speaker, because he could use that to like click through. And I do have a wireless mouse, but I have to like, sometimes I have to have it on a surface to be able to make it go. And anyway, the wireless remote is just a dream, a godsend for like at least English classes, and I'm sure any other classes. I think maybe math wouldn't be able to use it because they have to actually work out the problems. But anyway, let me show you what I got. I had to go to Walmart, and the one that my team teacher got, the reason why I had to get another one is because I dropped it. And she said it was really cheap. It was like $5. That doesn't mean it wasn't good quality. However, I dropped it, and it quit working. Like, and this was like 5th period. And after I had my little come to Jesus meeting with them, then my remote broke. I dropped it, and it broke. And it would not work. I tried taking the battery out. I tried all the things, and it just didn't work. So, I was hoping I could find another one just like it at Walmart. And I couldn't, so I had to get one that was $20. So let me show you. So this one is Black Web. It's a wireless presenter. It has a USB thing and Wi-Fi, and it comes with batteries. And as you can see, you can like click here, click escape. I'm not really too sure about that one, and I'm not too sure what this little button does. But I think maybe this is the laser pointer. And maybe this is like play for a video, I'm assuming. So this one is a little bit higher quality. And oh, look, it has like volume control over here. And it says on and off. I guess that's for the actual presenter. So I'm super excited. I really wanted to get one anyway, and I was going to get one on Amazon, which was roughly around the same price, I guess. I mean, it was more like 15 bucks, and this one was 20, and I had to get 2 of them, so I was not happy about that. And we don't have our EEF card, so I'm assuming this is a state of Mississippi thing. I don't know if other states have this or whatever, but for us, we get EEF money on a card, and it's just money given to us to use in our classrooms for whatever we need. And so we didn't get those. They're in our district somewhere, but we don't have them yet. And I really wish I would have had them so I wouldn't have to spend out of my pocket, but, you know, it's okay. It's an investment. It's not like, you know, I won't be able to use it, hopefully, for a really long time. So I had to get me one and my team teacher one. But I'm glad to have it because it really is awesome. So, anyway, yeah, that's that. And yeah, I'll try to link that Prezi below if you guys want to go over ethos, pathos, and logos. And that's kind of what our focus is going to be. So like the next few weeks, we're going to be pushing in ethos, pathos, and logos and really doing a lot of activities. So like Monday, we're going to do, it's really cool. I'm really excited about it. So we're going to have World War II propaganda. And each group is going to get one, and they're going to have a little handout to fill out, and it has like a bunch of different questions. And whenever we get that made up, I will show you. And then, so that's going to be their group work. So this is kind of like scaffolding. So I had the whole class instruction. We're doing the group work Monday. Oh, and after the Prezi, it has like a little activity, like write a small paragraph convincing your parents to take away your curfew. So first of all, for middle schoolers, I had to explain what a curfew was because they don't necessarily like drive anywhere. So like it's more like a bedtime for them, I guess. So I had to explain that to them, and then they had to use ethos, pathos, and logos in their argument. And then I had them have like 3 different colors if they wanted to highlight it or underline, or use different colored pens, just 3 different colors showing their ethos, pathos, and logos, and then have me a key so that I can see, okay, here's their ethos, here's their logos, and here's their pathos. So I haven't looked at those yet. Some classes didn't get to finish, but I did send out a remind. Oh, and I was going to tell you this before I start flip-flopping everywhere. So I decided, I've mentioned before, that I'm having them do journals every day, and then at the end of the week, I'm going to have them choose one journal that they want me to read, and their bell work was to choose that journal and then to skip a few lines or on the back, whatever, and tell me why they chose that journal for me to read and what specifically they want me to respond to or look out for or pay attention to. And I said, you can't say all of it, and you can't say, you know, everything. I said, I want something specific. So I haven't looked through those yet. We'll see how that goes. Because I am having them keep a portfolio, because I am taking a few of them as like case studies to use to present my data at the Live Oak Writing Project, which I'm going back to in October. I wanted them to have something individually that they could put it in, and then something that they could take all of their work home in. However, I'm going to have to find a different way to streamline it. First of all, I need to get magazine holders. Sorry, I had to check my time because I can only speak for 26 minutes on this camera, but I need to get individual magazine holders to keep the individual classes because that was a hassle today. I don't have those yet. I need to hold out for EEF money because I can't pay for what I want out of pocket. It's just too much. So I'm not wanting something I don't want like those dollar store bins for this. I would like to have actual like magazine holders that are like somewhat nice. And today, as I was passing them out, just the process of passing them out, having them put it in their journal, and then me like going back through all of them, I don't know. I don't want them to just give me loose paper and me have to go through and put them in the folders because that's just a lot. But it's also really time consuming to have them do all that, like put it in the prongs and everything. it got to the point where, like, first or second period, because I don't have first period, second period, I passed out their folders, they put it in the prongs and everything and handed it back to me. That's more time consuming than you would think, or definitely more than I thought. And they were also just confused, like, do I just pick one? Yes, it says to pick one on the board, so yes, you pick one. And then some of my classes, like, I've had very few people bring their folders. And I told them, if you were in need, I will provide you, which I do have some extra, but I don't have enough for everybody. So the ones who came to me and asked me if I could provide them one, I did. And those who didn't, I took them, but I told them I wasn't going to grade them until I got their folder. Now, we'll see. And also, the act of telling them to make sure that your name and class period is on it is also really difficult. I don't understand why that's such a complex thing, but it just is. And so if they don't put their class period, I have to look through my roster and see. I'm sorry, it's so orange. My camera is, let me just tell you, my camera's not the greatest quality, but it was cheap, and yeah, so there's that. So yeah, and so I have to look through my roster, and then it got to the point where I was just asking them to, if I handed out their folder, just put it in a pocket so they could get it to me and we could get busy. So I'm going to have to figure out some other type of solution for that. I don't know what that solution is. We're just going to have to figure it out. It might end up being like, when I don't have to collect the data, I might just, like, take them all and staple them together, and then look through them, put the grades in and all that kind of stuff, and then maybe pass them back out after that, and maybe have them keep the folder. I don't know. I've got to find a different solution. So I did have to have some type of portfolio right now, though. So we'll just see how it works in the future. I did have some girls who were extremely helpful, like my sixth period, after the bell rings and the buses go and everything. I have like some girls who wait for the third bus or whatever, and they're extremely helpful, and they love little jobs and everything. So I asked them to, number one, help me to sort all of the folders into different class periods because I had them all together. And then two, I had them put people's journals in the folders for me. And that was so helpful. I'm so grateful for them because, wow. And let me just tell you, if you have students, and you're always going to have students who love having classroom jobs, and if I could figure out like consistent jobs for students, I'll do that. However, the only thing is I don't have that many jobs that I really need or that I am willing to let control of. So, because I imagine that it could be chaotic. Now, I know that you have to, like, the right students for the right jobs would work out and be perfect. But in my mind, I'm thinking, if I have them do this job and I really need it done, I don't want to have to stay on them to complete the job, the task. Does that make sense? So I've never had classroom jobs before, so I don't know. So if you guys have ever experienced classroom jobs before, number one, please tell me what they were, and number two, please tell me, you know, kind of how you regulated it. I know that another teacher has classroom jobs, but she has them like fill out little resumes and everything, which I think is so cool. But, you know, I don't know. Just if you guys have experienced this, please give me some advice in that front. Also, if you have any advice with how to keep up with like portfolios and things like that, please tell me. I'm thinking that once I have the magazine holders, I can have one student pass them out for the whole class and collect them for the whole class. I'm thinking that might work. So yeah, just if you have any suggestions, I would gladly take them. I am going to chill out because after this long day and going to Walmart when I really didn't want to and doing all that, I'm tired and I want to chill out, and it's 7:20, so it's almost my bedtime. Yeah, so tomorrow is a spirit day. Oh, and I did have to come all the way home to my home where I live tonight because my dad can't keep the baby tomorrow, which worked out because tomorrow is a spirit shirt day, and I didn't bring a spirit shirt to my parents' house. I didn't pack one because I didn't know. So now I get to wear a spirit shirt tomorrow, whereas yesterday I wouldn't have been able to. So that's exciting. I'm excited to be able to wear a t-shirt. So anyway, I'm going to get off here, and I will hopefully check in with you guys in the morning. I also forgot to mention, I was in the middle of telling you what kind of roughly what our plans are next week. So we're going to do the group work with the different pieces of propaganda. And so the different pieces of propaganda. The next day they're going to do some individual work where it's like really intense practice with ethos, pathos, and logos. And they're not only going to be identifying what the different pieces are, they're also going to be writing their own in little bits. The next day, I think, is when we're going to read the novel, I think is what we planned on doing, and then talk about how the author uses the first chapter to give you background information on Louise Zamperini and talk about her instances of ethos, pathos, and logos, because she does use it. And so just talk about that, how it's just different, like identifying the different pieces in different types of literature and things like that. And then Thursday, they are taking a test. And then, and they did take notes today, by the way, on the Prezi. So they have notes to study. We're doing the practice. And then Friday, we are going to give them, it's like a Scholastic Scope little magazine, the little small magazines. They have really awesome stories. And the story that we found was Hitler's children, or I can't remember what it is, but it's basically children. Oh man, I can't remember what it is. But it's about children suffering from the Holocaust. It's not like Hitler's youth. It's not that. It's the children who are specifically affected by Hitler. I'll show you that tomorrow. I just can't remember what it is at the moment. And then it has a little writing prompt. So it's going to be a 2-part test. So they're going to have their test Thursday, and then they're going to have a reading and then a writing prompt Friday. And they will have to finish the essay in one day, in one class setting, because we are trying to practice for the state test. As much as I hate it, we are going to have to do that. I mean, that's just the nature of things. So, and they need to get used to it, because they're going to have to do this in a timed setting, and it's not, and we're going to grade appropriately, obviously. I'm not going to grade it as if they have had 3 or 4 days or a week to write it. I'm going to grade it as if they have read it and then they have a writing prompt. So, to be fair, obviously. So those two things together combined are going to be their test grade. And that's really going to actually help them out in the long run, because obviously the more questions and more things that you have to do on the test, it leaves a little bit more room for error, if that makes sense. So anyway, now I'm going to get off here and chill out and maybe eat something and talk to you guys tomorrow. Good morning. It's Friday. Woohoo! August 17th, and I don't have a whole lot of time to vlog because I have too much footage on my SD card, and I have about 8 minutes, so we're going to try to make this quick. What I'm planning on doing today is, first of all, I need to set up my grade book, because I like to have like a hard copy of my records. It just makes it easier, so like I can fill it in on here, and then when I go to the computer, I can just like do. So I'm going to do that today, probably while our guest speaker is here, because it's not very loud or anything. What I do need to do today, let me show you. So here, these are all of our iReady books that I don't have a place for, so they're living here for the moment. Oh, this is what I was talking about yesterday, the kids who escaped Hitler from Scholastic Scope. So anyway, there's that. I had my supplies, like extra supplies, in a little like dollar store bin or whatever. Well, grew out of that, and here's this. So I have all, and I was not expecting this at all. So I have all of this. I have my novels here that I need to find something to do with, and I have my paper here, my reams of paper that we get. And then I have all of these supplies here that I don't know what to do with. And I have like some stuck in other places too, so I'm not sure what to do. The problem is I need to be able to set up my folders. I wanted to set them up here, because that's really the only place. I don't know if they would fit in my bookshelf. See, this is what I have them in currently, right here, and this is what I had all of my supplies in, but I quickly grew out of that, and so now this is housing all of my folders that I have so far. This isn't even like all the students haven't brought their folders in yet, so there's that. So yeah, I am going to try to organize the mess that is over there, see if I can find some room under my table with the tablecloth on it, and we will see how it goes. I'll let you guys know. Okay, so this is somewhat better. I took all those boxes and put them away so I could, this was like a I don't know, like a, I don't know, some kind of box that we got. And we got it in the teacher's lounge, so I snagged one so I could put my books in it. So this is where I'm going to keep our class set of the novels. And it looks a lot better. And then I can also still see this part of the board. Yeah, this is, still have those there because I don't have anything else to do with it. These, I just tried to fit in some supplies and move some stuff around. It's not cute, I realize, but you know what? That's about all I have to work with. So, there's that. And over here is a little bit better. I went and took the things that were in this box down here to it was like full of like resource books that I don't use, so I took those to the teacher's lounge, and I filled up some extra supplies in here. In this box are some supplies where I don't know who they came from, so I don't know who to give their points to. So I'm still waiting for someone to claim them. This was an empty box that our books came in, and that's my ream of paper. Now this isn't ideal, I realize, but there is no room in that closet. That's not a closet, that's like the air conditioner, and we can't put too much stuff in there. So it's useless, except for the air conditioner, obviously. But yeah, so this is what I'm working with here. It's not ideal, I completely realize, but you know what? That's all that I can do. So yeah, that's about it. Oh, let me show you what I put under here. So, under here, I put those, hang on, let me change my camera. Under here I put my Scholastic magazines and some of those extra supplies like the erasers and glue sticks and things like that. Under here is like just a bunch of extra stuff. And then under here, right there in this crate is where I put like all the extra expo markers that I got. This is like a craft box that I really need to give back to my mom because I'm not going to use it. And then in these drawers, here, let me do this so you can see. This is somewhat of a pain, I'm not going to lie. Alright, and these are like overflowing. This is where I'm keeping extra notebook paper. I have notebook paper over, like right there, but it doesn't fit. So, this is extra colored paper, and then this is extra colored paper. So, as you can see, my storage situation, that might be something that I need to consider using some of my EEF money for. Not that I know what I would do with any extra storage in here, but yeah, I gotta do something. So I'm about to chill out for a minute. I'm hot. It's hot in here. I don't know why. Other people's air conditioners have started going out, so I'm hoping mine's not having that issue. And I haven't eaten breakfast this morning, and I need to eat something because I'm starting to kind of get lightheaded and dizzy. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get ready for our guest speaker, and I will catch up with you guys this evening. Hey guys! So it's actually Saturday. Cohen's mad because he didn't get to go with his daddy fishing, but it's Saturday and I didn't film yesterday to like close out the vlog or anything, but it was actually a really good day. The class that I had to have a discussion with did 1,000 times better, so I'm extremely proud of them, and that gives me hope to know that I can have a serious discussion with them and they understand me and want to do better. So we're good, and now we have moved on. So I only have like 3 minutes to talk because I really need to get some of this footage off of my SD card. So I'm going to chill out with Cohen for a little bit. Later on tonight, I'm going to edit last week's vlog, which was the first week of school, so then I can upload this week's vlog, which is the second week of school. So anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I am so excited about this year. It's already starting off to a really great foot, and I'm excited to take you guys along with me. And yeah, we're going to catch you guys on the next one. So please like this video if you liked it. Please subscribe to this video if you want to see more videos of First Year Teacher. And leave comments below. Anything you want to see. I mean, you know, anything extra that you want to see. Yeah. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye. Ah.